like everyone to just close their eyes for a few seconds and try to recall the last dream that you had. Whether it was a short dream, long dream, funny dream, just try to recall as many details as you can. You can open your eyes. And the reason why I do that is because we dream every night, but we forget 90% of our dreams by the time we wake up. So my topic is dreams, and the reason why I chose that is because I dream often, and I also keep a dream journal, and each of the dreams that you'll see that I talk about specifically is something that I've experienced on my own as well. So according to our good friend Google, the definition of a dream is a series of thoughts, images, and sensations occurring in a person's mind during sleep. There are many different types of dreams that we can experience in our lifetime, but the dreams that I will be talking about specifically is lucid dreaming, prophetic dreaming, and recurring dreams. First, we have lucid dreaming. According to the book of Encyclopedia of Sleep and Dreams, the definition of lucid dreaming is the experience of achieving conscious awareness of dreaming while still asleep. So it's kind of basically saying you're aware that you're dreaming. So it's kind of like half of your brain is performing awake-like functions, while the other half is asleep, basically. And so this only occurs during the REM, which is the rapid eye moving, which is the deepest stage that we experience while we're sleeping. According to an article on BuzzFeed, a popular German study was conducted, and only 51% of people experience lucid dreaming, and women experience more than men. And lucid dreaming is something that people actually practice, because a lot of people like to be able to determine what's the difference between reality and the difference between a dream. Because you know how you guys think you have a dream, but you can't really remember it, and you can't tell whether it really happened or not. So people like to practice this so that way they can become more just aware with themselves. In an article called Prophetic Dreams and How to Interpret Them, a prophetic dream was determined as seeing images, symbols, or events surrounding the future. Now, a lot of you may see that this sounds like a vision, and the only difference between a vision is that you're seeing something while you're awake. A prophetic dream is something that you're experiencing while you're asleep, which is something that I've also experienced, and I experience still to this day. And prophetic dreaming can come in like a lot of different forms. It doesn't necessarily mean like something like the future, you know, like one of my prophetic dreams is that my grandma died, and she actually, like, I kind of got like a warning before it actually happened, and then she actually died like a week ago. So that's kind of like a form of a prophetic dream. In Egypt, people who could remember or write dreams were portrayed as holy people or prophets. And prophetic dreams can mean a lot of different things for different cultures. For Native Americans, they believed that it was a way to connect with their ancestors. And they would practice rituals with natural substances that cause them to hallucinate in order to actually induce their dreams. So lastly, we have a reoccurring dream. And a reoccurring dream is the same dream you have repeatedly. And I kind of necessarily don't agree with this, because I feel like you can have a reoccurring dream and it can maybe have like the same theme, but it's not necessarily the same type of dream, if that makes sense. Between 60 and 75% of adults experience reoccurring dreams, and this is also, once again, more women than men. Studies have shown that recurring dreams are mostly about unresolved conflicts, you being chased, late, or stuck, or you're having that anxiety about like a test, and it just keeps coming back until you actually deal with the problem, or you deal with the test and you pass it. Next. So I kind of have some fun facts for you guys for dreams. So 12% of people only dream in black and white. Um, Another one is, I didn't put it on here, is that a lot of people for some reason think blind people can't dream, but they do. They dream just like us. They see things in color too, just because their mind has already had like this kind of like they already have like that kind of interpretation on what things already look like, so they dream just like us. And then animals dream just like us as well, so your dogs can have nightmares. So if you see them shaking, like, you might want to help them out. And we only dream of what we know. So if you dream of something that doesn't make sense to you, I can guarantee you've already seen it in your life, where something's occurred like that and you haven't dealt with it yet. And thank you, that's it.